Here's two major reasons why athletes struggle with the mental side of sports. I'm out here letting my little boy Chief out, who's a puppy. He needs out every 30, 45 minutes to an hour. I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys. So athletes struggle on the mental side of sports for two major reasons. One is that they're so accustomed to doing things the same way. Now, habits are extremely beneficial. Habits are the things that make us. Habits are the things that carry us when things aren't going well. The problem becomes when we're trying to make an adjustment and we're trying to improve and we're trying to do things a little bit differently. Our tendency is to keep the same routine. So in essence, we become too rigid. We become too structured in the way we do things, and we don't get to see things from a different perspective. We don't get to see things in a way that can help us improve. Meaning we need to have some level of flexibility. We need to have some level of being able to do things a little bit different. So that's the first major reason. The second major reason is just the opposite of that. Players are constantly changing. Players are constantly trying to tweak. Players are constantly trying to do things a little bit differently. Let me give you an example. There was an NFL kicker who had all of the skill in the world, all of the talent in the world. The problem was every single time he would go out onto the field during a game, he would notice all sorts of different things. He would try to change up his technique. He would try to change up the way he was kicking. He would try to change up his approach to the ball. He would try to change up his timing. He would try to change up, every little detail. He's tripping me down here. He would try to change up every little detail about what he was doing. When in reality, what he needed to do was he needed to have some level of consistency. He needed to have some habits that he could fall back on every single day. So his preference was to change. His preference was to look for the difference. His preference was to look at things and, see how they were different in every single situation. Because as an athlete, if you love your sport, if you really love your sport, you notice the subtle differences in every single situation. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but you notice the very minute details that are different every single time you go out to compete. So you've got to find a balance. You've got to find a balance of the level of sameness, the level of consistency, because that's one of the most important things to have as an athlete is your habits and your structures and your processes and your routines that you go through every single day, every single practice, every single game, because those are sound and solid to fall back onto, especially when things aren't going well. The other part of it, though, is we need to have some level of flexibility. We need to be able to look at things a little bit differently than we're used to and challenge ourselves. And this is the value of coaching, because they see things from different perspectives. They see things from different angles, and they can communicate it to us in a different way so that we can see our weaknesses, because we don't always see our weaknesses. We don't know what we don't know. So we've got to value that. Hey, I need to have sound and solid principles and habits and processes that I go through on a consistent basis. At the same time, I've got to work in part of that level of consistency, part of that process, part of our daily habits should be looking at, okay, what can I change? What can I tweak? What can I do a little bit differently so that I can improve? Because if we just keep doing the same thing and we continue to get the same results, and they might not necessarily be the results that we want, then we need to change. The old quote of, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is the definition of insanity. So don't be insane. Don't drive yourself crazy. Try to work in both of those into your daily habits, into your daily processes, into your daily routines, and you're going to see major, major, major improvements. Don't be too rigid. Don't be too structured. Be able to have some flexibility in your habits and your routines so you can see things from different angles. And at the same time, make sure you have sound and solid habits and disciplines to fall back onto, especially in times of pressure, because those are going to allow you to have some simple processes that are going to give you the confidence to perform when you need to. So hope everyone's having a good day. Chief's having a good day, and we'll see you guys on the next video.